Holy moly, it's warm. Should I? Do. Alright, let's try to do this. See if this sounds good for you guys. No, it's too close to my throat. I'm gonna sound like a throat singer. Hang on. Testing? Yeah, okay. You do have audio? Huh, where do I put my microphone in a situation like this? I don't have to wear a jacket today. What do I do? Hang on. Let's go beginning. Hey Toast and Uthi. I saw you already in chat at 4. I had to walk a little bit. So we're 10 minutes late. Let's connect to YouTube. Make sure we don't miss the YouTube chatters. There we go. Schneider already typed something in the chat at 10:40. All right. Okay, I think that will be good for now. I might have to take my sweater off even. It's so warm. It's exceptional. It's crazy, the weather this time of year. We're not used to that. So it's currently like 22, 23 degrees Celsius. 4th of April. Holy moly, what? Oh, that's a flashy car right there. Look at that. 24? Does the overlay say 24? Could be. The car said 23, so. All right, let's see. Who do you have in chat? Hello to Toast, Uthi, Big Time Boy, good afternoon. Sulzy, good afternoon. Ray, good afternoon. Bruce, good afternoon, everyone. It's 12 degrees more than usual. Wow. You guys just missed a river drone, actually. Maybe I can still do a little bit of zoomy zoom on it, but it's like one of those ships where the bridge is in the front, named River Drone. Hey Poober, yes, it's ship time. I will see he's doing work. We at Westerschelde? Yes, we are, Toast. Good spot. What is that badge? Is that a banana? What the hell? So we're at Westerschelde again, because I thought the weather's nice, but this weekend is a bit rough for ship spotting. Let's do a quick recap. The overlay don't know it's daylight savings time. Oh no, we need to fix the overlay. I'll have to do that after the stream. So this weekend it is low tide all weekend somewhere between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. So it's always like the prime time that we stream, we have low tide, which impacts the amount of ships. Because yeah, the bigger boys, the deeper boys and girls, they come out when it's high tide. So when is the next high tide? At 8 p.m. When the sun sets, 8 p.m. So I decided to do a little late stream today. Hey Mr. Eamon, good afternoon. Schnurdo, good afternoon. Welcome to the superior time zone. Hey Big Berry, hey Beef. So my plan is to do a sunset stream, so we'll be here until like 8, so that's a good 4 hours I think. So yeah, we'll be here for a few hours, and the action should pick up later in the afternoon. In like an hour to 2 hours from now, I'm expecting a lot bigger ships to leave the port. At least they're all scheduled to leave. And if we're really lucky, we should be, let me align the camera, we're not level again. If we're really, woo, yeah, now we're really not level. If we're really not lucky, we might catch a 400 meter ultra large one leaving. It's supposed to leave the port, I think at 6 or 6:30, which gives it an hour and a half to get here before we have really sunset. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Moin Ulrich. Guten Tag. Pulling out my best German. Dude, look at that flashy car on that boat. Is that a Fiat? I think that's a Fiat. Digital zoom, because we can. Oh, look at that. That's shiny. Also very low in the water, this one, in case you didn't notice yet. Low rider. So we are expecting a container ship coming from around the corner. For those of you who are new here, maybe a quick recap on our location. The ones who haven't been here, we're at Westerschelde, which is another location in our regular spot. So this is towards the coast, and then the ships will take the corner here, all the way around. They'll come past us. We'll go all the way over there, where those other inland ships are going. And then they'll snake around again to the left. We even have one coming from Antwerp over there. That one is coming here. And then they'll snake all the way around to, where is it? The Port of Antwerp. There's a, what is that one laying there, docked? It's an HMM something. Oh yeah, it's an HMM ship. Let me check on radar what that is. Vessel finder. Let's see. Kluizendock, is that south of I think north actually, B6, that's near Ghent. What is dock there? The HMM Southampton, which is that a 400 meter? It is, that's a 400 meter ship. That's a tall boy. It's not the one that I'm expecting to leave. And the one that I'm expecting to leave is further down in the port, so the ships go all the way past there. That's a nuclear power plant. And then, wait, hang on, are we looking the right way? Yeah, where all those cranes are there in the distance, that is the major container dock, all the MSC ships dock there. But I'm expecting the CMA GCM Champs-Élysées, yes, like the French street in Paris, to leave. So hopefully we can catch that one as a closer today. Also, maybe now that we are on top of the bank again today, you see it's low tide. We've stood on top of this bank when it was high tide. So we will see this area fill in with water over the next 2 to 3 hours completely. So right now there's still all kinds of bird activity. I know I'm filming in against the sun, so that's not ideal, but yeah, there's a lot of bird activity right now. But this thing will completely flood in the next few hours. But yeah, we got some little birdies to look at. Danny, guten Tag aus Kassel. Willkommen to the stream. I know a little bit of German, but it's very limited. I'm better at listening to German than speaking it. But willkommen, herzliche willkommen, something like that. You can see lots of birdies scavenging for food, I guess. That's what they're doing. Of course, we're not here to bird spot, although I will probably peek at it sometimes to see how it's filling up with water. Oh, north. Oh yeah, I had my my coordinates mixed. B6. Indeed, it's south on the map. Tolles Deutsch. Dann können wir auch auf Deutsch schreiben. I actually understood what you said, Eamon. Wait, are we streaming at 1440? Uh-oh, that wasn't intended. I wanted to test it first. Oh shit. Now I'm panicking. Is it looking okay? Oh, we are in 1440. Oops. Yes, I was experimenting with 1440p, but I still had to do a bit more testing before I wanted to do it on this channel, because apparently on Twitch the quality might degrade a bit with 1440p. But if you guys say it's fine, then we'll leave it at that. Well, that's something an unexpected surprise. Looks beautiful, looks great on YouTube, looks fine. Okay, one question for the people who are watching on Twitch. Do I have transcoding? Or is it only 1440p? You're happy to hear English? Awesome, Uri. Yeah, we'll keep it mostly English, because yeah, most of the viewers do speak English. I do have transcoding. Okay, that's good. Then I'm not too worried. Thanks, Toast, for checking that. Okay, then yeah, this is officially our first 1440p stream. I have no transcoding to 1080. Okay. Then 720. Oh, that's interesting. That's probably because I don't have the enhanced broadcasting from Twitch enabled. Okay, good to know. good to know. But honestly, you can either watch in 1440 or if you're on limited connection, I think 720 is always the better choice anyway. So it's not the end of the world. We'll see. So yeah, a lot of smaller traffic right now. I'm expecting, as I said, I already see the first container ship for the day coming just around the corner there. So she still has to do the whole corner thingy. But this is a NYK something something. And I think there's the Skelt dredge is in front of her. That dredge has been going back and forth in this area for all day, for the past few days actually. Lots of activity at the bar there. So we'll see that one in a minute or in a little bit. Spin back for a moment. Here, Gandas. Good afternoon. Thanks, Nerdo, for that. Also, a little look behind the scenes. The subs already seen it in the Discord, in the sub-only channel. We're working on something. I'm not going to leak exactly what it is. Just remember, every time a ship is added to the overlay now, we're storing data. We're saving it into a database, which will be used in the future for stuff and things. So I'm excited about that as well. Almost B6. I almost understood everything from that. Well, not everything. It's amazing. Yeah, Susie has seen what we're cooking up. But as I say, it might be a few more weeks until I really make it available for everyone. Just because I want to gather a bit more data in the database. So we need to do a few streams. Also, I brought an iced tea, but for some reason, the fizziness is making it. Okay, there we go. I can open it. This is America? No, it's not. We're in the Netherlands. Speak Dutch. Got the water being pushed forward. Looks good. Is my stabilization on? It is. Okay. For now. Yeah, I'm not going to get into politics. That's not what this channel is for. I did it first. I played a little bit of it, Sulzy, but I kind of lost interest, and actually I already removed it. I think yesterday I deleted it because I hadn't looked at it for a few days. It's too much. There's too much things to do, too much options, which makes it very time investing or something like that. Like you can waste a lot of time on that game, Sulzy. Sulzy installed some kind of port ship simulator, tycoon mobile game, and I also checked it out for a bit. In case you're all wondering what we're talking about. Just to the north there's the plane taking new Google Earth imagery. Cool. Hey Monkey Bananas, good afternoon. Glad to see me out. Oh, we couldn't miss a day like today. What good weather. I do hope to stream all 3 days this weekend. It's looking promising in terms of weather. Next week will be a bit different because on Friday I have to be at a theme park. Well, on Thursday and Friday I have to be at a theme park with the fam. So I won't be able to do a Friday stream. Unless if you want to do ship spotting on some kind of like raft attraction. That would be a bit weird, I think. So yeah, I won't be streaming next Friday, but I should be streaming Saturday, Sunday, hopefully next week. There's a bunch of excess scenes over. Oh yeah, they do that regularly. and they soar above my house way too loud. Not streaming a theme park, no, that's for other streamers to do. I'm gonna ride some. It's mostly for the family. For those of you who are familiar with theme parks, it's the Efteling in the Netherlands, which is not really a thrill park. It's more like fairy tales. They have a whole fairy tale forest. They have a ton of dark rides, so it's more suited for the age that my kids are. So we'll be there for 2 days. I've been for ages. I was there last year when Jay Streezy visited. So this is the NYK Rumina, butchered that. Came from an anchor point. She's a container ship. Well, thanks for mentioning that. She's 294 meters long, 32 meters wide. And she was built in 2010 using the Singapore flag. We also see I think that's, what ship is behind her? Is that the Esberger? I think I saw an Esberger that was supposed to come in. Also my tripod is doing weird. Look at that jankiness. I'd have to tweak that first. Give me a minute. Okay, there we go. Back to Stream Buddy. We're back. The Ursula Esberger. I knew it was an Esberger. So the orange ship that we'll see come behind, from behind NYK is the Ursula Esberger. Also came from an anchor point, just under 100 meters, 16 meters wide. The scariest in Enschede. Never heard of that one, Ulrich. What is the most superior Belgian food? Whew. I mean, it's not healthy at all, but frituur. So it's basically like, you guys call it French fries, but actually the Belgians invented it. So it's fries with all deep fried types of snacks. I have no other way to explain it actually than that. Look at that effect. It's like she's birthing a ship. But it's something that almost all Belgians eat probably once every 2 weeks or every week. No, it's not pom. It's actual fries, like McDonald's fries, but a bit thicker, a bit greasier, I would say sometimes. Fries and fries. Everybody loves fries. So we got 3 ships coming our way now. We got the Scheldt Dredge, who's gonna make a U-turn in front of us in a little bit, I think. Or a little bit down the river. And the other 2 behind her. It's been 3 weeks since you lost 8 fries. You're not a Belgian, B6. I think for me, today it's been a week, I think. If I don't eat them tonight, which I won't, because that's not the plan. I had him last Friday. I'm actually struggling a little bit with now that we're talking food, we might as well go all the way. Struggling a bit with my food intake. I might struggle from some gluten intolerance. Every time I eat bread, I'm like very tired and low energy. It's very noticeable. So, not sure what's going on there, but we might have to look into it. We'll have to see. So I'll eat very healthy for the next few weeks, I think. They have the issue with other sugars. No, it's only with like baguettes. Specifically baguettes, like screw up my stomach, make me feel really tired. Maybe I'm diabetic. Nah, don't think so. I don't have it on any other sugars. It's specifically baguettes. So that's like a big loaf of bread. Was a moonmask with go-karts? It's closed in 2002, probably for a good reason then. God, the weather is so amazing. It's crazy. So if you're new to ship spotting in the stream, this is a dredge, which is currently going up and down the river, actually. So she appears to be empty, judging by how high she's in the water. Maybe she'll go to the spot up the river to suck up some sand. Gotta say, with this sunny weather, the ships are looking fresh. Look at that green glow. Scheldt River, 113 meters long, 25 wide. Built in 2017. So that makes her 9 years old? No, wait, math. 8 years old. I do know there's a theme park, or there. Well, the theme park still exists, but the attraction is gone. It was like they had a water park, and they had an underwater slide. So you basically went in a slide completely submerged and came out on the other end. I don't know why people did it or would do it, but to me that yells like you're gonna drown. But yeah, the Dutchies had that at one point. Now it's removed, but that was crazy. What can we still think of? An underwater slide. Yes, that's a good idea. So I mean, the whole slide was filled with water. Not the tube was not going under the water. Like literally, you were drowning in it. I think there's even videos of it on YouTube. Oh, a sauce slide. What's a good sauce for sliding? Mayonnaise, maybe? Hey Lunette, good afternoon. Welcome. What a shot. Got a threesome here. 3 in a row coming by. Hey, my alerts were still muted. Dutch fella, my only, as far as I know, tier 2. Thank you for the 5 months, buddy. How are you? Thank you for the support. Suzanne, you're not new here. I don't need Stream Elements for that. Berex. It's funny that you said so. Berex. I need to repeat messages a bit more because yeah, the people on YouTube cannot read them. Imagine having a slide that goes completely under the ocean and you can see all the wildlife and no water comes in. That makes me think of, so we have the canal tunnel here under the North Sea connecting continental Europe to the UK. When I was younger, I thought that was like literally like a glass tube and you were driving your train like under the sea and you could see fish and everything above you. That's what I thought as a kid. Because they used that as like the commercial for it in the, I think it was like the early 2000s or even the 90s still. They had a commercial where they were basically doing that. So I thought, oh, you can just drive your train under the sea. You have some back pain? Ah, feel better, buddy. Told you it was gonna make a U-turn in front of us. Look at that. She's showing off. Handbrake turn. Yeah, this is the ship equivalent of a handbrake turn, for sure. I'm assuming she's gonna lower that vacuum that's hanging over the edge in a minute. And then she'll start dredging all the way back. So she's doing the inside corner here. So I assume this is, I think it's lowering already. Yeah, it's lowering the vacuum mouth. So this is basically like a big vacuum cleaner, but for the bottom of the river. Do I think she only does the Scheldt River? Not necessarily. Although we've seen her quite a bit on the river, so she is pretty committed to doing the river. That was a cool U-turn. Meanwhile, you have the Asperger coming from behind there. Ursula Asperger. Chemical oil tanker. Also came from an anchor point. Look how she's pushing the water up with her bulb on the front, on the bow. That looks really cool. Hey Klaus, good afternoon. Hang on, yeah, that's better for controlling the camera. It's going 15.6 knots. I hear the Scheldt River starting its suction pump. It's very loud now. Hey Angvit, hello from Rotterdam. I considered going to Rotterdam this weekend actually for streaming the port there. But yeah, didn't come around to really planning it. It does have its trade-offs, Berex. You are a lot away from home for long periods of time. Are there spots? Yeah, there's plenty of good ship spotting spots, Sulzy, in Rotterdam. Absolutely. All right, let's switch to a container boat ship. Oh, we'll see if this works or not. NYK Rumina. Hey Silver Molly, good afternoon, welcome. Definitely not fully loaded, judging by how high she's in the water. 4,888 containers, 20-foot containers fit on this one. Can divide that number by 2 to know for the bigger containers. I'm sure they're doing fine, Susie. They're still the biggest port in Europe, so don't think they're worried about anything. Is it really 24? Yes, it's really warm. My car said 23, but honestly, standing here, I believe it can be 24. It's really nice weather. It's cool that there's a good breeze here, which doesn't make it too warm. And of course, the sun is slowly starting to go down a little bit. It's 5 p.m. Sun sets by 8, so it's 3 more hours of sunlight. I don't think that's the thing. I don't think that's how it works, barracks. They usually crawl on board. They don't stay in containers. These things can be at sea for months. Another Singapore flag. Dark humor. Gotcha. Also, write in your agendas, preliminary, May 19th will be the first tunnel section that they transport over the river. May 19th and May 20th will be the first section. For those of you who don't know, they're building a tunnel all the way up the river near Antwerp. And they basically constructed the whole concrete thing in Zeebrugge, which is along the coastline. So there's like 8 massive tunnel pieces that they're gonna transport over the river and then lower into the water there in Antwerp. So that's gonna be something spectacular to see, I think. So the first preliminary date would be May 19th for the first piece. And by July, I believe they should all have transferred, all 8. At least that's their plan. So quiet here today. I haven't seen a single person. Not a single person walking. Crazy. Will I stream it from a drone? No, because flying a drone is still very much illegal. Although I see people do it all the time. I see companies do it all the time. It's still pretty much illegal. So yeah, I don't want to get into trouble with the live stream. So we will stream it, but from the regular camera we're using now. Yeah, so this whole river, mind you, the river where these massive, gigantic ships come through, is a nature preserve. And because it's a nature preserve, you're not allowed to fly a drone above it. That's always funny to me when I have to say that. How is it so close to shore? That's why the dredge is working, to keep the river deep enough. But yeah, if you look at, so they have to stay within the green, and then on the other side there's the red buoys in the water. Yeah, as you can see, we're quite close to the shoreline here. Companies use a drone, and I've seen amateurs and hobbyists do it as well, using a drone. The thing is, as you all know, I'm live streaming, so I have to be a bit more cautious about what I do. Woo, sorry, I'm trying to redo my phone mount. I don't like how it is now. Jacob, good afternoon. All right, that's gonna be better for reading chat. Yeah, that's a lot better. All right, we got our next ship coming towards us now, full head on. The Harzano? The Harzant. She's on the way to Houston in the US. 230 meters long, 36 meters wide. Another Singapore flag. It's the second one of the day. And built in 2023. So she's 2 years old this year. Pretty new for the ship. She's in an LPG tanker, in case you were doubting by the letters on the side. Ugly now in Finnish. Houston, like Texas? Yes, this one is going to Texas. So it will be there in like somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks from now. She'll get there. It's about a 2-3 week journey. Is she in ballast all the way to Houston? Wow, that's an expensive trip. She is indeed very high in the water. Real quick, I'm gonna check out one other ship that's just, another dredge, but really cool looking superstructure on her. It's trying to mimic a yacht a little bit, like a cruise ship with the curved lines. Really good looking. Digger on board. A lot of conveyor belt mechanisms. The Skelveringen. She came from Hull in the UK. Look at that. She's a beam trawler, to be precise. Thanks, Klaus. 116 meters long. What a good looking ship though. Look at those lines. I like that. You don't see that too often on these types of vessels. And she has the Dutch flag on her. Wow, the wind is picking up suddenly. She's half yacht. She has an identity crisis. And this place is such a good spot for sightings, just for like framing. I love this spot. There's some kind of emergency beep on the ship. Okay, the beep stopped. I think we're good. Also, she's empty, so there's no explosion risk. Oh, those azure colored things are like light baby blue, or chimneys, I think. Some kind of outlets. She has a very tiny bulb by the looks of it. It's really just a little bump. That's all she has. So there's no like big bulb sticking out on her. So interesting to see how wide the river is here, but the actual shipping line is very small. Oh yeah, and it's actually like this most of the river. Like the shipping lane never gets really wide, but it's very visible here because of, yeah, if you see it's low tide, it's like if 1 or 2 hours past low tide, and you can see that the water is starting to come in because this was not underwater earlier. Where you can see the shipping lane between the green and the red. And then there's sandbanks over there, more sandbanks. So yeah, that's also the part of the river, of course, that's continuously maintained by dredges like this one that we just saw start up his thing. You can still even see the vacuum mouth hanging in the water there. You can see the chains, wow, words. You can see the chains hanging. So this one is basically keeping everything deep enough. What is? Oh, that's just two ships. I thought a ship was making a U-turn in the distance, but it's an optical illusion. Never mind. I get really narrow about Bath. Yeah, Bath is one of my to-go spots where I want to go somewhere this year. It's a bit of a drive from where I am. Also, Bath is not ideal because you're filming in against the sun. Now we're with our backs towards the sun, which is of course better for videography. But yeah, Bath is really a cool corner. It's also the trickiest corner on the whole river. This is the Indigo, small little ship, sitting under the Latvia flag. Look at that. She came from La Spezia in Italy. Just 89 meters long, 12 meters wide. If you look at this ship and then you put the LPG tanker next to it, this is still a ship that's almost 90 meters long that we're looking at, the tiny one. I think I see another bulk carrier or tanker. No, I think it might be a tanker coming around the corner from the coast. Walk 90 meters. 1 minute and 5 seconds. There we go. Wow, it's very windy here. But it's really crazy because it's like a warm wind. If that makes sense. The Indigo looks fresh. She gets 9.7 out of 10. Yeah, she looks pretty well maintained, that's true. Although, hold on with that scoring, Rogue. I see scratch marks. Wait until she's closer. Give her a bit more time. Isabella, should I to see the biggest? Yes. Actually, tonight or tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. I'm really hoping tomorrow afternoon, but I'm afraid it will be tomorrow morning. One of the 6 biggest container ships in the world is coming in. We've seen her before actually on stream. The MSC Loretto is coming in tomorrow. And we can even, I'll zoom in a minute, Angvit, on the port. We can see a 400 meter ship docked, and I'm hopefully by between 7 and 8 p.m. hopefully we can catch a 400 meter ship going out. If the pilots and the tugs and everything goes smoothly, we should catch her before it gets dark. So that's the closer for today stream, I hope. We'll have to see. We also have a little Wilson ship in the background. Compared to the Wilson, the Indigo does look very fresh, but she does have some skid marks on her. Well, actually, everything above the waterline is very well maintained. So you also have the Wilson Blythe, another general cargo ship, and that one is on the way to Ravenna in Italy. It's crazy to think that this type of ship goes out at sea. Like, it's not that big. 87 meters, 12 meters wide. Built in 1995. Wow, she's an oldie. She's 30 years old this year. That's old for these types of ships. She's using the Barbados flag. Oh yeah, she is definitely rusty. She could use a bit of a paint. She will be going to dry dock later this year. Makes sense. I was like, yeah, she needs. Makes sense. Do 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 do. Yeah, I was gonna zoom in on Antwerp for a second. So we can see the port way, way, way in the distance. But that one over there, let's do some digital zoomage. That one over there, that's a 400 meter big boy. So these ships are 400 meter long and 61 meters wide. Their capacity ranges to somewhere between 21,000 and 24,000 containers. 20-foot containers. Look at my camera wobble. Now you can see the wind really hitting it on this distance of zoom. The estimated value of that is around, of the Wilson, still $1 million US. Wow. And then I think, ooh, we got a Marsk coming. Look at that. The MSC Loretto is expected at 2. Oh, that will be really good, Kaylin, because then I will be able to catch her if she's coming in. Well, if she's going to be in Antwerp by 2, then yeah, I can either catch her in Terneuzen or here. That would be really cool. Yeah, the wheels. Oh God. So I think, so there's 6 of these, they call them Irina class ultra large container vessels, which are currently, at this moment in time, the biggest in the world. There's 6 of them. And I think we've seen 4 of them already. And I think I just need 1 or, maybe we've seen 5 of them on stream. I should really go through the VODs and check. But I think we've seen most of them, except for 1 that we haven't seen yet. No, there's two. The MSC Turkey and the MSC Arena herself. And then we've seen all 6 of the biggest. So that would be really cool if we could catch them at some point. Because MSC Arena is the first one, right? That's why it's called MSC Arena class, or the Arena class container ships. Anyway, I'm blabbing a lot. Let's go. So that Maersk will be here in a little bit. The other I said 4. Yeah, I think it's 4. Is that? What are those? Is that like containers? Looks like baby containers to me. Or is that just like piles of wood or something? We'll see when they get closer what that is. It's the Corvus. We've seen the Corvus before. This is a stream regular. Came from Terneuzen, a regular spot. And she's on the way to destination not available. So the Corvus is actually only the little ship in the back that you see. And then she's just pushing forward 2 barges, Libra and Virgo. That's how they train the container. I'm really curious. What? No, those are containers actually. It's just a weird angle that I'm looking at them, I think. Yeah, it's just the angle. Ah. Okay. The length of 129 meters is misleading. I mean, she probably does that so other ships know that she's with the barges is that long. You know, I'm looking behind me, the area still hasn't flooded yet. A real quick view. For those of you who joined a little bit later, we are at Walsoorden. We're standing on top of like some dike, protecting the land behind it. But there's like a massive pond here that's full of bird wildlife. But this thing completely floods when it's high tide. So when we started, it was completely empty. I do think there's a bit of water starting to seep in from over there. So I'm sure it will slowly start to rise. But yeah, as you can see, tons of birds scavenging for food. So really neat place. We can do bird and ship spotting at once here. So when is high tide is at... Yeah, the lowest tide was at 127, right? And we can do planes too. True, but my tripod is really not fitted for it. Panning upwards is really hard. Also, I see a few contrails above me. Wow, we got an orange tanker coming. But like, the ship is black, but the superstructure is orange. That's an interesting color scheme. We'll go to it in a minute. So now you can more clearly see. It's just, they're all 20-foot containers, I think, most of them. You can clearly see tiny containers. So this is the TEU. One of these is a 1 TEU. And then the one in the back there, that's the 40-foot. So that's 2 of the small ones. European Gateway Services, ECT Rotterdam. What are you doing in Antwerp? And yeah, so this is the actual ship. I call them post stamp ships because they're literally just like a little post stamp on the water. They brought their car, but no hot tub on the back. It's pretty clear. Also, we're live for almost an hour. It's time to sell out. If you're new to the channel, you're watching on the YouTube, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more ship spotting. If you're watching on Twitch, don't forget to drop a follow. It's all free and it helps the stream out a lot. If you want to go the extra mile, you can also go smash that like button on the YouTube stream. That would also help other people find the stream better, basically. So you can have more people chatting about. And if you're watching on YouTube and you're new to the whole live stream thing, there is a chat box that you can type in and I will read it and I can reply if you have questions. Or you just want to say hi, you're more than welcome to. Okay, that's my hourly sellout. There we go. What will top a hot tub? A helicopter. Look at that color scheme. I'm not sure what to think of it. This is the Chase Ocean. It came from Le Havre in France. She's a chemical oil products tanker, 183 meters long, 32 meters wide. And she's built in 2006, so that's 19 years this year. Sailing under the Liberia flag, because that's convenient. We've seen an orange superstructure before, but I'm still not convinced about it. It looks weird to me. I guess you can see it better, maybe, although white is also... Especially for that part, yeah, exactly. Wow, the first two people are approaching. The first two people we've seen in an hour. I love how peaceful and quiet this place is. It's really nice. I'm actually surprised ships aren't experimenting more with colors, but I guess it's all just money down the drain just for having a color. There's some weird thing. Look at the bow. It's like, maybe it's the water just being pushed up in front of her. Because it's like her front is lower than her back. Although that is one of the effects that can happen. It's the Torm's color scheme. Must be an X-Storm. Okay. Here there's still a T on the funnel. We'll definitely take a look as she comes by. Hey Pete, good afternoon. Exactly, the former name was the Torm Platte. I cannot pronounce it any other way. And now it's the Chase Ocean. There's still gonna be a T on the chimney. I'm pretty sure I can already see it. With some luck, we might be able to see the old name like being painted over in black. We've had that before. Hey Mikey, good, happy Friday. Oh wait, no, that's not a T, that's a radar thingy. Interesting. She has her gangway out on this side. All the other ships didn't have it out on this side. There's one strange window in the tower. Is there? I don't really see it. You mean the window with the little circle in it? It has its purpose. I read about it and now I've forgotten what it is. Maybe someone in chat can tell us. But that window has a purpose, the round thingy. You can like open and close it. You're watching on Friesland, all the way the other side of the Netherlands, all the way in the north. A lot of water, but not for this kind of ships. Oh, we lost the ship, sorry. There he is. So it does look like they did a proper paint job. I cannot see the old name anymore. Look at that bow. All the markings from the anchor chain. And a bit of rust there as well. Yeah, I don't know about the orange color scheme. Looks a bit funky to me. They might struggle finding the lifeboat. Just kidding. Hey Jerome, good afternoon. Okay, so the round thingy is for when it storms. It turns very rapidly, so you can have a clear vision. As there was a lot of spray coming over the storms. That's why this is for. Yeah, so it spins so there's always a clear area that you can look through. Thanks for the info, Pete, and also Kayland. So that ladder is how the pilot boards. So it's quite a climb, isn't it? Of course, they climb from the water, well, the boat next to the ship then, to where the staircase starts, and then they walk the stairs up. Still, that's quite a climb. Meanwhile, the Marsk is getting closer. We'll get to it in a minute. Let's take a look at the... It's always interesting, the little sterns, the afts, the back of these oil tankers or chemical product tankers. They're so narrow. They have such a small butt, basically. If you see how wide they are in the middle, they have a really small butt. It's very typical for these ships. Look at that. I think the current is really starting to come in now. Look at those. Probably also a bit of waves from the ship, but the tide is definitely rising. stay upright bottle. There we go. Meanwhile, checking from the coast, I don't see anything approaching anymore. So the Maersk will be our next big ship. Just a little bit. She's still over there. Stay on the chase for a little bit longer. Does look like she's catching up to the... What's its name again? Damn it, I forgot the name. I can do it. I'm gonna remember without peeking. Oh, come on. Corvus. I looked it up. I cheated. So let's take a look on the radar and stuff like that. Just checking to see if the 400 meter big boy is still planned. Yeah, so at 6 we have the 400 meter ship that should be getting a pilot. So I'm expecting it here by like 7:30ish probably. If all goes to plan and all goes smooth. She should be here by 7:30, which is in another 2 hours from now, I think. The size difference between the Maersk and the small tanker is funny. It's a noticeable difference, eh? Look at that. So it's the Maersk Iowa. I feel like we've seen her before. She's on the way to Rotterdam. 292 meters long, 32 meters wide. Built in she's the US flag. Look at that. Trump will be happy. She was built in 2006. Yo, I hear a horn. Who's honking? Albie, thank you for the tier 1. It's not about the size. Well, a little bit. I would say in shipping the size does matter. Albie, thank you for the support. Would the pilot get on while it's docked? Yes. So if they leave the port, basically the pilot gets on at the dock, and then the pilot will be on the ship until they exit the river. And then another pilot gets on, and the pilot that got on in port then gets off. And the pilot from there will guide them all the way to the anchor spot in front of the coast. And there they get off as well. So I would say that the pilots that do the river here have the least trickiest job to get on and off. Because getting off and on these ships at sea, that's a whole different story, I think. Yeah, if you don't know what a pilot is, that's maybe good for the new people. Basically, that's a local person that guides the ship through the river. As you can see, it's a very snake-like river. It's narrow. So a pilot knows every little detail of the river, how deep it is everywhere. They also know how to steer these ships. So they're basically the same rank as a captain once they get on. So they guide the ship through the river, or towards the river. And there's of course also a factor of security involved now in these days, because yeah, if there's a pilot on board, they can't do any shenanigans on the river. She's not in the overlay history, okay. Looks like Big is getting a pilot now. No. The pilot switches at Vlissingen, so at the entrance of the river, or just in port. Some ships get pilots at the sluices as well, I saw. They're like a valet who parks cars, yeah. They're a very well paid, highly skilled, highly trained valet for ships. I think last week I was talking about houses and stuff like that. That house over there is for sale, I kid you not. I wanted to buy it, but the missus was not convinced. Look at all the windows it has there. So you can, just from those windows, we could do 24 hours of shitting a day. But the missus was not convinced to move here. So unfortunately, I'm not buying this house. But yeah, if anyone else wants to buy it and give it to me, feel free. Get it. I would love to live here. It's so peaceful and quiet here. I think the main issue is here that there's no real facilities. You need a car to go anywhere, do anything. Yeah, it's the downside. I'm glad you guys are working out how to buy it for me. Appreciate that. Oh, the wind is really picking up now, actually. Yeah, it's on sale. For sale. I forgot the price. I think it was like around 500,000 euros, if I'm not mistaken. Well, you guys can look it up. You have internet. If you're really curious. But I believe it's used as a hotel. Because if you look on Google Maps, that house is marked as a hotel. So maybe we can get it and then use it as a hotel as well. Also, hi St. Gregory, good afternoon. Or morning or evening, wherever you are from. It's 350,000, oh, 530,000, yeah, okay. So let's be honest, we can get it for 500, right? If we do an offer for 500K, we should be able to get it. I mean, it's a really cool house. They literally like made a hole in the facade on the side of the river and put like a big glass window wall there just for looking outside. Probably even 450K. I did hear that the Dutch, so the house market in the Netherlands is completely broken and it gets very, very expensive here. Apparently the houses. Okay, she's gonna turn towards us. I'm gonna get that nice front shot of her. And she'll look a bit better when she's in the sun. So now we're looking at her shadow side. Housing is shit currently. Yeah, I've heard about it, Dutch fella. I heard about it. The energy label though, yeah, it's probably bad. It's a very old house. If you want to sell it, it's amazing. Yeah, I mean. Oh, this is gonna be such a cool shot. The left will be shadow, the right will be in the sun. Really cool. I have to stay on her. Keep her in the middle. Ooh, what is all that? Is that rust? Ooh. This might be a classic Maersk ship. Rusty. You got the Maersk Classic with the poop stain livery. She only has 4,650 containers, 20-foot containers. Interesting. Ooh, yeah, that's not looking too fresh, is it? Who needs paint? Just, yeah, you can see it's an American ship. It's rusty. There's no money for for painting it. It's a cool shot though, except for the fact that she's so ugly and rusty. Really neat shot. Hey Chuck, good afternoon. It's still not as bad as the ship we saw last weekend, right? That was an insane rust bucket. And I forgot its name, but that was something with Jilin we saw last weekend. That was like, I don't know how it was even still floating. So rusty. Actually, Maersk launched a new ship, I think last weekend or this week actually, beginning of this week. They launched it in Rotterdam and now it's on its maiden journey to Malaysia. I was really hoping that it was going to come by Antwerp maybe for a short stop, but unfortunately no. But it looked really fresh. The thing with Maersk is they have two groups of ships, those operate by themselves and those in charter. Ah. You can tell by the name if it's Maersk. In the first name it's a charter, not so much attention to paint. If it's Maersk as the last, really? Oh, I didn't, oh, that's interesting. So Dutch fella gives some cool info. If there's Maersk, if Maersk is the first part of the name of the ship, it means it's chartered, so yeah, maintenance is not that interesting to them. If Maersk is in the back, which the new ship that I was just talking about is, Maersk is in the back, then it's their own ship and it's better maintained. Interesting. It's still their name on it though. Look at that. Oh, look at that rust. Wow. Oh, there's agriculture vehicles on there. I see a John Deere type. Is that John Deere? I guess it. Oh, look at that. Look at that rust. That's something. Oh, and there's somebody's transferring their RV, oh, which is a bit damaged. Look at that. That's something you don't see every day on this type of ship. Oh, and as she comes by, another one appears. A little pickup truck there at the back as well. Interesting. Look at her shine in the sun. I do wonder what that thing is. It looks like some kind of hydraulic arm thingy, like a massive hydraulic piston type deal. You like the class? Yeah, the class is all the way at the back there, combine harvester, and then another one in the front. Judging by the green, I think that's John Deere, but not 100%. It's a boat full of surprises. That's true, actually. Honey, we'll be fine. Just throw the RV on the shipping. But I wonder how much it costs to ship this way. Must be super expensive. Because it's not a regular container. They cannot stack anything on the top of it either. So it has to be on top at all times. The RV matches the ship's rough state. That's true. Meanwhile, we got the small tanker here. Is this another Asperger? It is. Okay, I'm starting to recognize liveries on ships. This is the... Is it Anneliesje? That's a very Dutch, Flemish name. Annelies. Anneliese. It's Anneliese. That's not Dutch. She's also on the way to Rotterdam, so she's basically chasing the Maersk. 115 meters long, and she was built in 2005, so 20 years old this year. She looks a lot fresher than the Iowa, that's for sure. So small reminder, if you're new to the stream and you like the stuff we do here, don't forget to drop a follow on Twitch or subscribe on the YouTube, because yes, we're also live on YouTube. Wow, the wind is really picking up again. Such a warm wind though, it feels weird. Yeah, and subscribing is free, of course. In terms of what's coming up, there's more ships coming, and I do hope to catch a big 400-meter ultra-large container ship to close out the stream today. So we'll have to see if we can catch it. It's supposed to leave or start leaving in half an hour from now. So yeah, we'll have to see. In the meanwhile, plenty of other ships to look at. It's weird that it's a warm wind, because the wind is coming basically from the north. So you would think that's going to be a cold wind, but it's warm. Yeah, weather has definitely been wild. Oh, I just realized you can see the massive antenna tower near Hoes, I think that is, from here. Let's take a real quick break, see if there's like a big antenna tower in that part of the Netherlands, near Goes, for all of you Dutchies. That's it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's the big tower over there with the big antenna on the top. It's pretty far away from here. Meanwhile, looking towards the port, one more ship coming towards us, as far as I can see for now. Oh, and then I just see one coming from around the corner as well, coming from the coast. Cool, cool. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the tide. There's still hasn't flooded. The thing behind us. Stream Elements, why are you doing that? Let's see what's that over there. I've been looking at a ship in the distance. I'm not sure if it's coming closer or not, or what it's doing. Let's do a moment of digital horrible zoom. Looks like another dread ship that's working there, actually. Let's check on radar, then we can see what it exactly is. Is that the blue one? Oh, it's a hopper dredger. The Krakesand. She's not really moving. She's at anchor. Okay. Yes, indeed. Krakesand. Oh, my camera's drifting from the wind. So I did see that, yeah, there's another smaller ship coming. Looks like a chemical tanker type thing. We got Sam here. Inland vessel coming by. Nothing special behind the bridge though. No cars, no hot tubs, no children's slides. On the way to Bosuit, Varo. Don't know where that is. And then let's see what that is. I think that's another chemical tanker. Yeah, a lot of tankers today. No slides. Why? Dude, I'm gonna put on my jacket. The wind is getting chillier now. Glad I brought it. I got out of the car without a jacket. I was like, wait a minute, we're gonna be here until like 8-ish. Let's make sure we bring a jacket. Varo Energy Terminal Bosuit. I don't know where Bosuit is. Probably in the Netherlands then, I guess. That's better. This is the Ding Heng 20 on the way to Kiel. And then we had a viewer from near Kiel, I think, on YouTube. Not sure if they're here. Going to Kiel, the Kiel Canal. Chemical oil products. She's 111 meters long, 17 meters wide. Currently built in 22. Oh, Chinese flag. It's a Chinese ship. Ah. Honestly, how cool would it be to have a small personal helicopter on the back of an inland ship? I mean, I'm down to spot it. Send them over. Oh, Silver Molly is also from near Kiel. Well, this Chinese ship is coming to you. We don't get those too often actually here. A ship that's sailing under a Chinese flag. Hong Kong we see regularly, which is controversially also part of China now, I guess. Yeah. Bosse is in Belgium, on the Flanders. Oh, really? Wow, that one has a long way to go then. And it will have to go to Ghent, then circle around Ghent, and then go towards Kortrijk. Huh. Interesting. Do you have any snacks? No, I didn't bring snacks. Not today. I did bring stuff to drink. I had a lot of food before I started the stream, so I was well prepared. Also, my belly is a bit upset still from the baguette I ate yesterday, so not that hungry. Another option if you want to buy a house here, I was just looking at it. There's these massive apartment blocks that they're building here, and even some like houses next to it as well. So this is all new stuff they're building. So that could be a thing. I'm not sure what the price on those is. I have to look it up. Wow, the wind is getting nasty. Come on, wind. Just try to get the mic a bit out of the wind. Have less wind noise. Let's see if that helps. Bring down the wind noise a little bit, maybe. A lofty dono goal. Yeah, you may have missed it earlier, no pillows, but there's also a house for sale here. That brown house over there, which has like massive windows, is for sale. So there's a person walking there. Just realized. So we could do ship spotting indoors. Can foreigners buy land? How's it going? Yeah, pretty sure you can. I mean, at least I can. I can go live anywhere where I want inside of the EU, in the Schengen zone. It's all open borders and stuff. So yeah. Because I grew up next to the border of the Netherlands, so for me it's normal to cross into the Netherlands regularly. Ship spotting 24/7. Yeah, when I'm done being like live, we can like switch to the 24/7 channel with a 24/7 webcam that the chat can control and stuff like that. The house will pay for itself after a while. After like 100 years of streaming, the house will have paid for itself. I love how we can get like head-on shots from here. That's really cool. Hey Peter, yeah, that's a little issue with my overlay. I build all my overlays myself, and there's a little bug that forgot that it's daylight saving time. So I have to update that after the stream. But good catch. And I'm also we have the ship overlay thingy that you guys see now. I'm gonna rework it a little bit as well, soonish. I'm gonna make it a bit flatter, but a bit wider, more like a bar than a box that it is now. It's on the to-do list. We can fight over the controls. I would probably something like Channel Point Redemptions to do it, I think, if you have a remote controlled camera. Otherwise it would indeed be absolute chaos if everybody would be able to control the... What would be even better if you could build like a system that can recognize a ship and then automatically track it. But yeah, the wife didn't agree on buying that house, so unfortunately we're not gonna do the 24/7 stream thing. Yeah, it's sad, but it is what it is. We'll continue it live. I keep forgetting Souls. Yeah, I'm so backlogged on all my DMs. It's crazy. I've been so busy with family stuff that I should reply to Hamburg. There's another streamer that DM'd me. Yeah, I'm bad at DMs. If you ever send me a direct message and I don't reply at all, just ping me again, because I keep forgetting. It's just, I'm usually doing something, I see the DM come in, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll reply to that later, and then I forget forever. That's my problem. It's like her name is written in Chinese, or yeah, in Mandarin. A viewer controlled telescope. Cue stuff on the timer, yeah. Pretty new, yeah. 3 years old this year. There's one little scratch mark over there in the middle. But yeah, the moment a little bit of paint gets chipped off of these ships, the rust almost instantly starts, right? With the corrosion of the salt water that it's constantly in. Yeah, and there's the anchor chains as well, or birds. I'm not sure if this one has it. I don't see it that much yet. But some of the ships on the boat, they have like lines of rust, and that's all just from the anchor chain hitting it. Oh, we got a lowrider coming up as well. It's cool. We had to tie that Kara, stream sniping for a minute there. Hey, Oshawks, how are you? No, Os for Hawks. How are you? Oshawks. Totally butchered their nickname, but welcome. All right, let's check out the lowrider that's coming towards us. So there's a lot of ships there. There's like 2 inland ships. There's a little thing that's just a regular chemical oil tanker, but look at that lowrider. How low can you go? That one is really deep in the water. Oh, your hitches the name rang a bell to me, man, but I couldn't place it. Yeah, the Hitches Poet. Gotcha. Welcome. The Isella, the Zenadum. I don't know which one that is, but it's a very low rider, a ship. We'll see it in a minute when it's closer. Let's check the Astina. See if the AI can fetch the Astina on the overlay. Is that a submarine? It's identifying as a submarine, Peter. The Astina is on the way to Antwerp, and she came from Gothenburg in Sweden. Chemical oil products tanker, as I thought, 129 meters long, 19 meters wide, built in 2006, so she's 19 years old. Look how fresh she looks for 19 years old. Hey Mike, good evening for me now. Is it almost, no, it's not past 6 yet, so it's good afternoon. Am I waiting for the Southampton to depart? No, the CGM Champs-Élysées, Kayland, is supposed to leave at 6, or the pilot was scheduled at 6, which means she'll probably leave between 6 and 7. So I hope to see her here by somewhere between 7 and 8. Sun sets at 8, so we should just have time to spot her going out. Maybe we'll see her directly at golden hour when the light is the best for filming and photography. I'm such a bad influence, I just ordered fries to increase my Belgian identity. Very good, B6. I hope they taste good. You're out of practice because of Hitch is hibernating. Do we think Hitch will ever stream again? I feel like a lot of old-timer IRL streamers have retired at this point. Or really are taking very long hibernations. Are these two in a race? Yeah, there's 3 close together actually. Does look like the Ostina is going just slightly faster. All right, and then our low rider. There she is, the Zenedam. $80 meters long. I promise you it's not sinking. I promise you. One minute, there's someone at my doorbell. Do 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 do. All right, we're back. Whenever those inland ships are that low, their deck is flooded. The part where they can walk next to the cargo area is indeed in the water. You can even see the little, how do you call it? I'll just call them bollards where they tie the ropes on. They're just in the water, so you can see the water flowing. It's funny how her front is straight, it's like stump. That's not really very fluid dynamic. They are bollards, okay. I mean, you guys in the maritime world have crazy names for everything, so maybe it had a different name. This one, no jacuzzi, no children's slide, but they only have a little boat. Nothing too exciting on that one. We've seen lower than this though. It's definitely a low rider, but we've even seen lower than this in the water. Oh yeah, meanwhile the water behind me is starting to rise. Wow, wind is picking up. Woo. Why the plank hanging on the side? Is there a plank? Not sure if that's a plank. Not sure what it is actually. Oh yeah, there's it's like little blocks for mooring, so they don't lean against. They lean with the blocks against the side. Then, so some ships have like these inflatable rubber thingies, but look like they just have blocks of wood, or maybe it is rubber. It's hard to see from this distance. Oh, there we go. It is wood. It's called rubbing wood, if I would translate it to what a Dutch fella just said. Wrijfhout. So that's rubbing wood. You guys like to rub? Oh my God, I gotta shut up. You guys like rubbing wood? Yeah, it's basically a spacer. So for example, if they have to go into a sluice and they have to wait, they can then dock to the side somewhere against some structure, but then the blocks will be rubbing against it and not the ship's hull. Now we have a nice selection of ships leaving us. Not much approaching for now. Let me check the radar. Let's see what's happening. In English it's called a fender. That makes sense. Okay, first of all, let's look what's coming from Antwerp. The BF Philip is coming. Small container ship. Oh, that's a very tiny container ship. The Renata. And I'm checking. No movement yet around the Champs-Élysées. I guess the pilot is expected any minute here now. Then looking coming from the coastline. Let's see. We got the Wolverine coming, a bulk carrier. Wait, oh yeah, we have Wolverine coming. That's a cool name. Let's go check it out. So it still has to do the whole corner thingy here, but there's also an inland container shippy thingy. That's Wolverine. So that one is coming. Someone said the Zim is also on the way. Is that coming from Antwerp? Where's the Zim Vietnam? Is my camera spinning by itself from the wind? I'm not touching it. There's so much wind that my camera spins. That's funny. Alright. The Zim Vietnam. Oh yeah, okay, that one is. Oh, okay, it's in the container dock now, leaving. Okay, cool. Yeah. There's no ships called Deadpool. So that gives us a good timing. The Zim Vietnam is now leaving where the big 400 meter ship is. So we'll see when she gets here, how long it takes. Because I have no real idea. I think it's about an hour from where she is, but we'll see. I'm still learning to how would I say it? Know the timings on this part of the river. When I see something in the distance or on radar approaching near Terneuzen, I can almost guess exactly when it will be there. But for this spot, it's still tough. One thing I do notice is that my phone is draining really fast. What the hell? Might have to plug it in. Okay, let me plug in my phone first while this one approaches. I'll zoom out for a minute. There we go. All right. Battery, power bank. Where are you? There you are. Power cable There we go. Didn't expect this much wind, honestly. It's very windy now. And we are charging. Good. Yeah, currently nothing in front of me. Little moment of silence before more ships approach. Now's a good time for the call out. If you're new and you like ship spotting, or you like the vibe of just the relaxing vibe of being by the water here, don't forget to drop a follow on Twitch or subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. It's free. Yes, we're also live on YouTube. Oh, we got a raid from Idyllic. Thank you for the raid. Should I wait for the raiders to watch ads? Because you never know on Twitch when somebody's watching ads or not. They shouldn't have any ads, but... Raiders, welcome to the Netherlands, where we are ship spotting. Welcome to the channel where, yeah, let's say ship spotting is our thing now. We've transitioned to challenge and ship spotting. It's very relaxing. We are still awaiting a big, ultra-large 400-meter long ship later today. So that's a bit of the recap. Very cool stream spot. Indeed it is. I like this spot. What was I just saying? I was just saying, yeah, I was promoting the YouTube as well. We're live on YouTube as well. If you want to go the extra mile, you can always smash the like button there. And other people who are interested in ships can also find the channel. Also, this is our first time that we're streaming in 1440p resolution, so hopefully it looks a bit better than it did before, but I'll have to check the VOD for that, if it looks better or not than the 1080p. There's an inland ship called the Black Pearl nearby. I wonder where that name comes from. Also, is that a big crane ship over there? It looks like a big A-frame for a crane ship. So like, oh, I think that, yeah, that's definitely a crane ship. Parked over there probably. You guys probably can find it on radar, see what it is. Meanwhile, if you can keep an eye on the Champs-Élysées, which is in port, if there's any tugboats that are going to approach it, let me know. Then we know that it's about to leave, which would be neat. Currently, this is the only bigger one approaching, but there's more ships coming. So you can see now the pond is slowly filling up a little bit with water. Birds are still chilling in there though. Still scavenging for food. But I would say that like these little canals here are definitely getting thicker. They're like growing basically. So for those of you who are just joining, this spot was completely dry when I started the stream. How long now? 2 hours ago? Almost 2 hours ago. And in another 2 hours from now, this will be completely flooded when the tide rises. So it's a very cool piece of nature. The tide is currently rising. Wait, how is the tide minus 0.6 meters? What does that mean? 0.06. Crazy that high tide is almost 5 hours ago and it's still rising. That's just what it says. Yeah, I just think it's funny that the sea is below the water level. It's underground. It's 6 centimeters lower than zero. Slightly below sea level. Yeah, could be it. That's true. Okay, maybe next time I should bring a little camping chair. So this is a bulk carrier. If you're new to ships, basically this thing carries raw material like sand, coal, any type of dirt basically. But it could also be like grains or other just powder materials. Could be a lot of things. Although I'm not sure if she's fully loaded right now because she's pretty high in the water. So she might be partially loaded or even empty and on the way to Antwerp to pick something up. Oh yeah, I see the BF Phillip now in the distance as well. That's a very small container ship. Below the chart datum. Ah, okay. Seems like a lot of bigger ships are doing 14. Yeah, I would say the average speed of a ship on the river is like 50 knots. That's the usual speed of these ships. Some go slower. But yeah, 50 knots is like, I think that's like the target speed for a lot of ships. 50, 60 knots even. There's some exceptions that go up to 20, like the Transfenica ships. They usually go 17, 18, 19 knots on the river. From what we've seen, of course. Very quiet ship. There's no waves in the front. There's almost no water being pushed forward. Also behind it, there's almost no wake. Very, very calm ship in the water. And if you're wondering what the yellow cranes are on the deck, well, what the yellow crane, Well, the yellow towers on the deck those are cranes. So the ship can load and unload itself. If there's no crane facilities in a port, they can just help themselves. As if anybody on board would ever wear a smoking. That's a first, Easy Crossy. We haven't heard that joke yet. That's a good one. I should remember that. No suits allowed. Only coveralls. There's a cool name for a ship though, isn't it? The Wolverine. How old is a Wolverine? Let's check. 2015. So she's 10 years old this year. Just under 200 meters. 199. I just realized the stream is now in 1440p, but my Bella box is not broadcasting 1440p yet. That's 1080, so it could be better, the quality. What's up, Bezzy? Back with coffee? Hell yeah. Maybe once the Wolverine has passed, I'll check if there's a 1440p pipeline in the Bella box real quick, because then I can switch it. Then we'll have even better quality, hopefully. Actually, good question, St. Gregory. This spot doesn't seem to have a lot of seagulls, or I haven't seen any really yet. Maybe we're too far out from the coastline now? At the other spot there's plenty of seagulls, but here I haven't seen... Wait. Never mind. Never mind. Pretty sure those are seagulls. There they are. I take it all back. Look how quiet it is behind this ship. There's almost no waves. It's like it's displacing no water at all. Even the front looks very tame. Looks like it doesn't have a bulb, so pretty straight. We are approaching golden hour though. Look at that light hitting the ship. That's beautiful. That's really cool. Hey Kuma! It's pretty out there. I know, dude. It's really cool here. It's a bit windy though, but other than that, really nice weather. Good sights. Look at that escape, the emergency lifeboat. It's quite a drop. Okay, I'm gonna, now that she's passed, as I said, I'm gonna check my Bella box and see if there's a 1440p pipeline that we can test out. Because yeah, we have been streaming at 1080p to my server, so I think the quality can be even better. So I'll count to like 10, because then everybody has heard that we're gonna go offline, and then I'll be back in a minute. And there we go. Now we are 1440p. So hopefully it should look even a little bit better, quite a bit better. We'll have to see. Damn it! I didn't plan on doing the 1440p thing today, but I left it on in OBS by accident. So we went live on 1440p. So that was not what we wanted. But now the Bella box is also pushing 1440p, so this should be hopefully a bit of quality improvement. There you can see. Q Twitch. Yeah, now you have high definition rust on ships. Extremely calm water behind the ship. I know, like the whole ship itself is like barely displacing anything. It's very interesting. I'm not sure if you guys notice any difference. I think the camera can do up to 4K, so I don't know how the Bella box deals with that actually. If I have to maybe do a setting here, I'm not sure. Let's see. Movie size, setup. Oh, I'm not doing. Hang on. Can we try this? See, this is why I wanted to test it. This is why I wanted to test this all offline. But me and my forgetful mind forgot that. Oh, I can only do 4K at 25 FPS on this camera. Oh, that sucks. So basically, we're upscaling it on the Bella box now instead in OBS. Okay. Well, that's too bad that this camera doesn't do 1440. We'll have to look into it. I'll test a bit more offline with that. All right, we're back. Looks great. Yeah, but I'm always searching for more quality. Being static like this, you can push the quality of your stream, of course. Not having to walk around. All right, little inland container ship followed by a small tanker ship by the looks of it. Let's take a look at this one first. Has one of those movable bridges, so you can see the bridge sticking out on top of the containers, but that thing can move down if she's empty, for example. So this is the Vigila. Am I a camera guy? I'm a camera guy if I can afford it. What you have doesn't. I'm not sure if that's affordable, even. I've never even heard of Hustle. I've heard of the brand Hasselblad, but yeah. We're just doing our mirrorless now, the R50. So for the people who are new to the stream, we like to check what's on the back deck of these inland ships. 2 weeks ago we saw a hot tub, like one of those inflatable hot tubs on the back of the ship. Oh man, what if you could do a stream on one of these ships while it's sailing, sitting in the inflatable hot tub? 15,000 viewers on Twitch, easy, if you're a hot girl. Last week we saw a kid slide on the back deck, like an actual slide. Earlier today we saw a very, very green, lime green car. So it's always exciting to see, but I think this one will be just a red car. No special stuff on this one. The new meta. By the way, don't forget, we're also live on the YouTubes. So if you want to go the extra mile, you can always go and subscribe to the YouTube. We're trying to grow it a little bit. I would like to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year. That would be a good goal for YouTube. We were currently at 598 when I started the stream. I don't know where it's at now, but it would be cool to cross into 600 range. You're a bit late. That's all cool. It's all good toast. So you gotta realize that a lot of these ships, not all of them, but a lot of them, are owner-operators. So basically people who own them, operate them, and they live on them. It's their house, basically. So that whole bottom part then is their living quarters. We're at 605. That's good. We're growing. Awesome. Yeah, then next ship. The boat has its own boat. Yeah, that's usually to like maneuver around the ship. Let's say they need to do something like maintenance on the hull of the ship, then they can use their own little boat. This is the Scarlatti. Wow, what a name. The car can drive on and off. They use a crane. Hang on. Oh, that's an interesting one. So some of them have their own little crane mechanism, St. Gregory, that they can use to, I think there's a crane there, but it's folded down. Maybe not. So some have a crane mechanism, but yeah, oh yeah, it is. That's the, you see like the cylinder at the back, the red cylinder, then extending with pistons, that's the crane. So they crane their car on and off the ship, actually. That's how they do it. And when you Breskens, we're further up the river, but this is the same river as Breskens, Kuma. Our usual spot is Terneuzen. From there we can see Vlissingen, which is straight across from Breskens, yeah. You walk through here, right? Through Breskens. Have you seen like a billionaire yacht pass by? Not here, but up the river near the entrance. So I was just talking about Vlissingen. There is a shipbuilding yard there which builds private yachts. We'll stream from Vlissingen at some point in the near future. And then we might be able to see a bit. Cold wind or a nice breeze? Both. It was a nice breeze. It was actually a warm wind even. But now that the sun is getting lower, it's getting a bit chillier. So yeah. Oh, you're going to Breskens this year. Last year was Antwerp. Ah, and then you're gonna come real close to where I live. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna go to TwitchCon this year. I don't know if it's worth my time and money. And I'm not really that fond of Twitch at this moment in time, so I don't know at this point. I need some time with that. They're making lousy decision after lousy decision. It doesn't make me happy. It's not worth, say for a trip to Hamburg. You just want to join me in Hamburg, Bezzy, don't you? You want to go to the, what's it called again? Fuck. Sorry, language. Fudge. You want to go to the Reeperbahn with me, Bezzy? Is that it? The world's largest Explorer yacht is being fitted out in Vlissingen. Oh, is it still in Vlissingen, Lude, Chris? I know it got in there. Well, I know it arrived there. Maybe. I can stand outside and hand out t-shirts. What should a t-shirt say? YouTube is better. Ooh, we got another rust bucket coming our way. Look at that. Wow. This one might score very high on the rust scale. Oh, it hasn't left yet. Okay. Oh. It would be amazing if we could catch it going out, actually. I might have to put it on my radar to see that. Sometimes it's hard to know when these things will start moving, right? But oh yeah, and if you can't afford a TwitchCon ticket, you can get an installment plan to pay your TwitchCon ticket. It's crazy. Meanwhile, let me check the... Ooh, there's no movement on the Champs-Élysées yet. That's not good. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. And the Zim Vietnam in half an hour only moved all the way there. Ooh. I think we might not make the 400 meter one. I think it will be dark before. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It is what it is though. Tomorrow we do have a chance to catch the biggest container ship in the world, so hopefully that will work out for us. Maybe. So we're looking at the BF Phillip, also known as Rust Bucket. Just kidding. 116 meters long, 19 meters wide. Built in 1996. So yeah, she's an oldie. Turns 29 this year. And a Conda set 549 20-foot containers fit on her. So that is 549 of the green evergreen ones, like the little ones on the top there, of that size. Or the ACL one is also 20 foot. Of that size, it can fit 549. She also doesn't look that filled up. Oh wow, look at that water. Look at the waves hitting. That was cool for a minute. Where is she going? She's going to Hamburg. Is there a limit to it depends on the ship, of course. How many you can stack. Like, I'm not sure how many like the big container ships have, but there it's divided in two, right? But the big ones, so like the one that we see in the distance over there, let me just real quick, wait, where is it? There it is. Oh, the Zim is in front of it. Damn it, hang on. So that ship over there, there's tons of containers stacked on the top, but there's also containers in the hull of the ship. So that's another stack. And that's how you fit 500 of those. Well, keep in mind, you only see, even for this ship, you only see the containers that are on the deck. There is still an opening and a hull where containers fit inside of the ship as well. So they're not only stacked on the ship, they're also inside of the ship. That's why it can look deceiving. I mean, the big one that we just looked at, those range from 21,000 to over 24,000 containers, these ships. It's a lot of containers. So we do have the Zim Vietnam, you can see floating to the left there, so that one is coming. So that might then be our closer for today, actually. We'll have to see. VTOL cars, so they can fly off the ship. But usually ports are a no drone zone in St. Gregory's, so just like the river that we're at. Maybe it's all I'll have to say for the new viewers. This river, mind you, this river where the ultra large container ships come through, and this ship as well, is a nature reserve area. So you're not allowed to fly your drone above the river, because yeah, it's to protect the wildlife. They're locked together, Bleeman. They're locked together. So each container has 4 outer ends that are interlocked. Of course, it's mega zoom, but you can clearly see at the outer edges, there's a locking mechanism in between. And then on the bigger ships, even this one has a little bit, they have like these brackets, so they can also mount it to brackets. These are not mounted, but they do use brackets on the bigger ones as well. But it does happen that containers fall in the water. It wouldn't be the first time. Well, there's many containers here actually that got lost at sea. Even, when was it? 2 weeks ago, a ship that was going from Greece to Liverpool in the UK, one of the containers collapsed, one of the lower containers, causing a lot of containers to like topple over. A few fell in the sea, I think, or in the ocean. And there's pictures of it. I think I posted it in the Discord like a while ago. Maybe I should make like a ship news channel in Discord. Anyway, so it came into the port of Liverpool with like containers hanging over the side. So the locks were still engaged, but the whole stack was like hanging off the ship. It was really crazy. Could have a ramp. You mean on the inland ships? It's hard. The thing with these inland ships is they dock usually in places where there's not a lot of facilities. So they have to help themselves with lowering their cars on and off. If you're talking about the big ships, of course, yeah, you do have the ro-ros. We actually missed one by like 20 minutes when I started to stream. When I was driving here, I saw it. A big ro-ro. Is that a church or castle in the distance? Church. It's a church. Another inland ship. Yeah, and Akandas used to work on a ro-ro ship. So they have the bridges that lower, and then you can roll on, roll off your car. The biggest ro-ros, so the biggest vehicle carriers, can carry up to 9,100 cars. No clue, actually, St. Gregory. Good question. This inland ship is cursed? Why is that? Oh, it's a black pearl. Ah! Damn it. Sorry, I was trying to do something, but it's not working. So we're looking at the Black Pearl. I need a soundboard. Okay, before we get completely demonetized on YouTube, let's not do that. So, what do they have on board? No inflatable hot tubs at first sight. They did bring their car though. Looks like we got some container inland ships coming towards us as well. Yep, 1, 2. Is it looking at us? Well, what was it? No, I think 2 weeks ago now we had somebody who works on these inland ships that came by that was in the YouTube chat. So they were talking like, hey, I'm on that ship. And then we saw him wave at us. It's somewhere there, it's in the clips. So there's no movement on the Champs-Élysées, is there? Oh, I see a first tug that might be approaching the Champs-Élysées, but that is gonna be way too late. It's gonna be dark. Oh, that's very unfortunate. So then I guess we'll close out with the Zim. The Zim Vietnam, a 300-meter ship. Oh, there's another container ship coming from behind us. I have a little surprise container ship. Woo. That's a cool shot. This is the Agios Dimitrios. Oh, came straight from New York. Oh, that's cool. This is also 299 meters long, 40 meters wide. Currently 9.8 meters of her is below the waterline, built in 2011. Cool, cool, cool. We still have quite a bit of daylight left. Maybe we'll catch the Champs-Élysées. Kuma's on board. That's how he's getting here. Back to it in a minute. Just want to check what else we can see coming. So that's the bulk we saw earlier. That's another general cargo / container ship coming here. Yep. And that is the Vim Vietnam. It's also coming here. And then that one is leaving. Oh, that's how far the snake movement goes. Just gonna check the radar again, see if I was correct about the Champs-Élysées getting tugs. Yep, Champs-Élysées is now getting tugboats near it. Ooh, that's gonna be a really, really, really close one. I don't think we'll make it, honestly. It's getting a good tug, yeah. It's getting 2 tugs, DJ bro. 2 of them tugging along. We're looking at the Vios. It's on the way to destination, not available. With the cars, it's also, not necessarily. So there are a lot of owner-operators who actually live on the boats, but there's also people who just work on these ships. They bring their cars with them because it's possible that the place they get on the ship, that's like shifts of a week or a few days. I think it's like a week shift or maybe even 2-week shift that they do. But the place they get on the ship might be a completely different spot than the place they get off the ship. So then they need their car to go home after working, right? After working for 2 weeks. So that's one of the main reasons to bring the cars. So seeing a car doesn't necessarily mean it's also the owner of the ship. I'm sorry, VLs, there's a more pretty ship in the distance. Here she is. We are approaching golden hour for the light. Everything looks really good on camera now. So, those of you who were here since the beginning, as you can see, it's all filling up with water now. This was all dry earlier. As you can see now, it's filling up ever so slightly. There's also water in front of us now. That's still a dry patch over there. And we still have a bit of sunlight if you look at the sun now. So this is how much time we have left. So we'll have to see if we can catch, maybe we can catch the sunset actually on the stream. That would be cool. Yeah, so the next high tide will be at like 8 or 7:55 to be exact. Even if you live on the ship, doesn't mean you're the owner. A friend of mine worked and lived on a ship mainly. Oh, and they didn't own it, but they didn't live on it. Like it was their house. Interesting. I mean, every once you're on the ship on your shift, you live on the ship, of course, but it's not really like your house. You still have a house. There's people who live on these ships it's their house. They don't have a house. But yeah, there's plenty of situations. Wouldn't it be great if we could have a little boat of ourselves and then go to that pole and stand on that for streaming? Probably highly illegal, but would be fun to do. Still, I think a boat donation goal would be a good idea. And then everybody who added to the boat donation goal can come sail with me on the boat. How about that? I do a donor goal for like 200,000 euros. And everybody who contributes can join me. Of course the boat will be tax deductible. Not sure about fully tax deductible though. It's not a great bit of a patrol, yeah. More running with the cops. Insta toning. The thing, buying a boat is one thing, but maintaining a ship, that's a whole different thing. I can donate you a trip on a boat from Rotterdam to Terneuzen, let's say June. I was wondering, Dutch, I was thinking about it recently. Are you guys going through the rivers here, or are you going out at sea to get to Terneuzen? In America they would have saying a John boat. What is a John boat? Never heard of that before, Poppy. Yeah, Mike, a lot of people said that in chat. The 2 best days of a boat owner's life. When he buys it and when he sells it. Now that sounds very tempting, Akandas. Ooh, go see the mayor's shipyard from the boat. Ooh, we would have to try to time it that it's at like one of the times that the ships sail out or like release to the water. They're built on the water, right? Some of them, and then they just float out. So during a float out, go to Turku. It depends on the weather, but sea for sure. We go straight out of Holland, or take the Oude Maas to Hart, then out at sea, Loch as. Ah, okay, yeah. So then you would come in through Vlissingen, yeah. So either you go out directly at Rotterdam, or you go, yeah, okay, cool. Do you think we'll have phone signal when we're out at sea? That might be tricky. Might have to get Starlink if we want to do that. Yeah, go in at Steenbank. Ooh, now I have more questions. Do you need a pilot? Or is it that small that you can do it yourselves? 99 will be phone cell. Okay, cool. Okay, you're exempt. Yeah, gotcha. Roger. You hear that, chat? There's an offer for a boat ride from Rotterdam to Terneuzen, end of June. Oh my god. Stop making me jealous, Akandas. Turku is in Finland, yes. That's where the big icon of the seas, the cruise ships, are built, and some others as well, but that's where they are. But they're currently building one or two of them. I think there's two more in build right now. Hang on, it's a cool shot. Got two container inlanders side by side coming towards us. The Star of the Seas is currently under construction. Yeah. Isn't there one that they were gonna call Universe of the Seas as well? I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I read up on it. Yeah, that's a good idea, Dutch fella. Yeah, I would like to do Rotterdam somewhere in the next month from now, so somewhere in April, maybe the beginning of May. I would like to go to Rotterdam for. I actually considered going this weekend, but it didn't happen because planning. But if I go, I'll definitely give you the heads up so you know that I'm coming. The Deseo is on the way to destination not available, coming from Antwerp, 110 meters long, 17 meters wide. So that is the right one, okay, the one that's now taking over. I think they might have actually not been actually side by side, but just an optical illusion. Lots of hype in May. As I said, it's very unlikely that I'll be at TwitchCon this year, so I'd rather spend my time and money in other things. But never say never. The thing with TwitchCon is I can always go maybe for a day, say hi to everyone, and then combine it with ship spotting the other days. We'll see. Legend of the Seas. Ah, that's the one. Yes. And also maybe the fourth is then Universe. I read somewhere that they want to call one Universe of the Seas, so maybe that's where I heard it. That's for me, that is a bucket list item. Do a proper cruise. I would love to do a cruise somewhere in Scandinavia. But yeah, it's super, super expensive. Because if I'm doing a cruise like that, I don't want a room, an inside room, or like a room with just a window. I want a balcony. I want to be able to stand out by the ocean. Or lay in my bed and see the water. Maybe one day, if I win the lottery, we'll be able to afford that. Or if the YouTube channel will grow into a big thing. By the way, chat, we're also live on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to support. It's free. It helps out the channel a lot. We've just passed 600 subs on YouTube. On the way to 1,000, which we'll hopefully reach by the end of this year. That's the goal, at least. You've done it in both the Caribbean and Europe. Don't do it in Europe. It's so expensive, not a lot to do when you get off. More to the Caribbean. The thing is, for me, like going on a cruise, I wouldn't be too interested in getting off the ship. But that's just me being weird, probably. And then I think that it's more pretty to see Norway and the Scandinavia than it is to look at Caribbean islands. I've been to the Caribbean before, so I've seen it. But I get where you're going, Blue, and I understand, yeah. Also, the best ships are in the Caribbean, like the big icon class ships. They usually stay there. They don't come to Europe. Like my mom did a cruise a few weeks ago to the Caribbean, 14 days. She was on the MSC Virtuosa, which will be on its way to Europe in a few weeks as well. Then we will tour Europe in the summer. He's gonna forget us plebs once he's rich. Why would I forget you guys? You guys should make me rich. Just kidding. The nature is crazy as we know, but so expensive. Yeah, absolutely. It is there. It's very expensive there. So this ship has capacity for 6,572 20-foot containers. So that is 6,000 of these little ones. Divide the number by 2 to get a better image of the 40-foot containers, which is more the standard. If you're wondering why they're not measuring the capacity on like the bigger containers as they are more common, there's always room on these ships for like just these 20-foot containers. Ooh, there's somebody on the deck there. So there's always places on the ships where they can only stack the smaller ones. So it makes more sense to just express the capacity in terms of the smaller ones. But it is possible if you have 2 of these smaller ones next to each other to stack a bigger one on top. That is an option. And there she is, right before us. Spawn with drugs coming from New York in the US? No way. Ooh, she's loud. And high in the water, by the way, I just realized. That's really high. I just saw a worker, but he disappeared. Yeah. Look how high she is. Look at the rudder sticking out all the way. Oh wow, she's smelly. Woo! Get some nice fumes in. All the mooring lines rolled up there. Not the first one who says that, dude. It would have to be a massive QR code though for like a phone to see it from that distance. It would have to be a massive QR code. Because yeah, they have binoculars, but I should actually make a QR code for people that come and talk to me. Like, it's been quiet, but I think once summer ramps up, more people will ask what I'm doing, and then I can just have them scan the QR code instead of saying I'm live on YouTube. Look at this inland ship, so many containers on her. She's almost fully loaded, I would say. So again, another example why we use 20 foot to express capacity. The front bay there can only support 20 foot containers. The ones behind can do both, 40 and 20 foot. You're loving the 1440? Nice. We did learn, Uthi, I'm not sure if you were here, that my camera only outputs 1080, so I'm actually just upscaling. The Bella Box is just upscaling my 1080. So I do wish the camera had a... So I can either do 4K, but then it's 30 or 25 frames per second, which is too low for my liking. Or it's 1080p 60. I might have to get a new camera now. Oh, good. I mean, this is the second issue that I learned from this or I have with the camera. The other one is, for those who weren't here last week, I'm doing a photography course with the same camera, and I want to use remote flashes, but the hot shoe on the top of the camera, so the thing where you slide on a flash or like a tool to control a remote flash, is like very new, and there's basically almost zero equipment that you can use on this hot shoe. So I have to buy a special adapter to use all the old traditional equipment. But that adapter is out of stock around the world, or I have to pay scalper prices. So good job, Canon. So that's the second reason to get a new camera. Third reason would be this is a crop sensor camera, so the sensor is a bit smaller. I would like to have a full frame camera, but yeah, those are super expensive. But yeah. So you have the smaller container ship coming. If you look them side by side, it's funny to see the difference. Maybe I should look into second-hand DSLRs. Canon delighting you always. Well, I was a bit disappointed about the flash thing because I want to do some studio photography. I have a whole studio set up with lamps now, but I cannot use them. It's really frustrating. So this is the Alp Trader. We've seen this one before. I recognize the name. On the way to Belfast in the UK. 479 containers on that. 970, what? That's a lot of containers on such a small ship. That is their slogan, so you are delighted. Yeah, I'm not really delighted. The thing is, of course, I've now jumped into the Canon ecosystem, so I have these lenses now, so I'm tied to it. Northern Ireland, really. Boudoir photography, that would be cool. Then I can finally start my OnlyFans. It's been an hour since, yeah, let's see where she is. She is right over there. She looks pretty full. We'll come to her in a minute. She gets a bit closer. Sorry, Alp Trader, but I do think the Dimitrios looks cooler now. So in the meantime, the Champs-Élysées is just about to be tugged out. A fish that's still moored, so I don't think we'll see it, unfortunately. It's gonna be dark before it gets here. We maybe can catch it in the distance, but we'll see. Steven Seagal. Imagine if I made an OnlyFans with pictures of ships. That would be very unsuccessful, I think. But I would have to give a smaller percentage to OnlyFans than I have to give to Twitch, so there's that. Remote Flash, isn't that a Flash brand thing? No. So I got a whole set of Godox, which is like a more affordable brand for remote flashing stuff. And then there's a little remote trigger thing that you insert into the flash heads. The other side of it you add to the hot shoe of your camera, but since this one is not a traditional hot shoe, but it's some fancy special 12 connector thing, I cannot use the traditional flash. It's super silly. OnlyFans made an offer on TikTok. I've heard about a lot of companies making offers on TikTok, but who's gonna actually buy it? Look at how tiny that superstructure is. Very small. Is that Lord Lupo in the distance? I don't know. Are we expecting Lord Lupo? I think he was planned for the sluices, so Lord Lupo is definitely a stream regular. Let's see where the Lord Lupo is. Lord Lupo. Yeah, it's definitely on the way to Lord Lupo, but it's still quite a bit away. Not sure if we can catch it from here already. Let's see. It's the VIM, the nuclear power plant. That is a 400-meter ship. No, the curvature of the Earth is in the way, I think. You know, Lord Lupo should be somewhere over here in this stretch, but I don't see him. Small ship, so. I apologize. Oh. My nose was tickling. I was trying to grab the mic to put it away from my face, but I was too late. Couldn't find it. The MSC Singapore is also on the way. Oh yeah, that was the other big one that was scheduled to leave at 6. Jesus, so far behind. Where's the Singapore one? There? Yeah, it's just past the HMM. Thanks, Lucy. Yeah, so I'm pretty, yeah, Champs-Élysées is absolutely a no-no. We'll wait for the VIM Vietnam and then I'll assess the situation again. Well, unfortunately we won't have our 400-meter ship today, but as I said, tomorrow is another day and MSC Loretto is supposed to come in. Someone in chat said it's supposed to come in at 2, which would be amazing. But according to the pilot's schedule, it's gonna come in earlier. So maybe it changed. I don't know. We'll see. I do think I'm gonna come out here again tomorrow, though, this spot, and then on Sunday we'll do our regular Terneuzen spot. That is if the 400-meter one, the Loretto is coming in. I want to catch a 400-meter one in this spot because we've never We've never had a 400 meter ultra large one while we're here. So I would like to see how it looks. Maybe tomorrow I'll stand on the pier again. So this is another spot that I usually stand in the grass there. Or even maybe a bit out there where a lot of water ducks or whatever it is are chilling. Oh, there's a lot of birds there as well. Look at that. It's a whole family. Mountain ducks, if I translate that. Yeah. So right now, again, for those who were here in the beginning, this was all dry. Look at it now. This is all flooded. It's like a lake now. So cool to see the difference. And a lot of the birds are now just floating instead of scavenging. That's really funny. Should make a time lapse of this thing filling up, would be cool. It's already pretty deep. It's actually rising quite fast. Once it's covered, it's rising pretty fast. Because there's these two sticks here that were sticking out of the ground, and now they're almost completely submerged. So I think if I would go in this lake, I would be almost up to my knees or a bit higher even. In Jersey, the boats have legs? What do you mean with legs? They walk? What are you, little cutie pie? Is that a little fisher guy going out for some fishing? This is the Harmony. I'm not sure what it is or why they're out there. Pole mounted to a stand on the sea. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. They have similar things here. Things that rise, and why is there this movement on my There we go. Hey, they left Walswood and they were in the port there. Why didn't they take me? We could have been together, guys. We could have spotted ships together. Would have been a good time. Give us one of those collapsible beach wagons. Actually, funny enough, my whole setup is very compact, Hawks. And I have two tripods. I have the big one that we're using today for stream, but then I have a smaller one as well that I can attach to my backpack, and then it's just a backpack that I'm carrying with my whole setup, so it's not that bad. What game is this? This is called Ship Spot Simulator. The goal is to spot as big of a ship as you can. How many does look like a 99 meter long ship? No, it's not. Did it say that? It does. So this is the Zim Vietnam, and it's on the way to Ashdod in Israel. Ooh, that's controversial. Container ship, 303 meters long, 40 meters wide. She is 14 meters in the water, so she's deep. She is very deep in the water. 14 meters deep. Sailing under the Liberia flag and built in 2003, so that's 22 years old now. There's a lot of pilots as well, Susie, that are posting pictures on Facebook groups about the stuff they're doing. It does EG, but you need a very strong power supply. So I have a power bank that can output 100 watts, which is the thing it needs. Anything lower, like 45 or 60 watt power bank, it will not charge. And it's not really charging, I think it's just keeping it powered or something. It's weird, but it works through the USB port, yeah. Liberia is one mostly seen, yeah, so that's called flag of convenience. So basically, the flag a ship is sailing under is the taxes that apply to it, the laws, work regulations, safety regulations, and so on. So that's why there's certain countries that have open registers, which means the company doesn't even have to be in that country. They can just register their ship there at very good conditions, I assume. So yeah, the most known are Panama, Liberia, and the Marshall Islands. We have another lowrider coming from the coast as well. We'll get to that when it's here. There's a dog walker coming. Yeah, we also got the smaller one in front of it. That's the Rubicon 202. Hello. Recently known as Patara. It's on the way to Sines in Portugal. Anyway, stay on the big one. She's about to spin towards us. Do 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 do. Yeah, so the Patara is no longer the Patara. It's now the Rubicon 202. Sometimes you do wonder where the names come from. Why is it called 202? There she is. There's the money shot looking towards us. Wow. I'm gonna let the lowrider go by. Stay on this one. There she is. Beautiful. Until March 28th. Oh, that's very recent then, her name changed. Maybe she got her name changed while she was in Antwerp then. Interesting. Champs-Élysées has finally moved. She's underway, but yeah. there's no chance that she'll be here in time for us to catch her. $202 is better than $404. Hey Mort, how are you? Welcome. For who just joined, I think we are reaching the outer end of our today's stream. I was hoping to catch a 400-meter big boy coming out, but it's just left port now, so it will be another hour and a half at least until it gets here. So by then it will be dark. So unfortunately we won't be able to spot that one. However, tomorrow we do expect the biggest ship in the world, well, one of the 6 biggest, to come in, the MSC Loretto. So I am going to keep a very tight eye on that, and hopefully we can catch that one in the spot actually coming in. Meanwhile, you see the lowrider. Look how deep it is in the water. The Rapide. Rapid. So this one is on the way to Israel with a lot of cargo by the looks of it. Let's see if there's anything in there. We saw earlier today, we saw a camper van on top of a container ship. That was definitely a first. So let's take a look up close, see if there's anything cool. There's some kind of packet up there, wrapped in plastic. Other than that, nothing too exciting from what I can see. Dude, is my camera stuttering? That was weird. There's like a big tarp on that one. It's like wobbling. It's like half a container with a tarp on top. It's also something special up there. It's not, okay, that is just my monitor that's scuffing up a little bit. That was weird. Now you see the Lord Lupo. You have to take advantage of the weather, still a bit late. Damn right you should. Such nice weather. She's a loud one. Oh, we got another lowrider coming by. See you next time, Monkey Bananas. Good to have you. I am thinking how I can capture the ambient sounds of the water a bit better for the stream. It was really quite windy today, given there's so much wind. So this is a good check if it's high tide. Yeah, you might not want to be all the way at the outer edge there. I think standing in the grass is a safe option for the high tide. So if you come back tomorrow and we're standing down there, I might stand in the grass area. Wireless mice play between some rocks. That's an option, yeah. Meanwhile, the Scheldt dredge is back. So she might take another U-turn in front of us. We'll wait for that. Still have some sun left. Let's also check what else is on the radar now. I think I do see the MSC. Singapore, yeah, that's a corner of Bath. Wow! Oh, that's odd. Suddenly, a very warm waffe of wind came at me. While the wind was cooling down, suddenly it's warm again. Whew. It's nice though. Cape Farrell is on the way still. And then Lord Lupo is over there. Yeah, not that much. Okay, let's see if the dredge is gonna do the U-turn thingy again that it did earlier in the beginning. Wait for it. Wait for it. So earlier we saw the ship do a hand turn brake, or the ship equivalent of a hand turn brake. There she goes. Pull on the handbrake, spin the wheel. The ship from the game Dredge. Really? Is there a game called Dredge? Where you have to dredge stuff? There she goes. Nice little U-turn. Oh, it is. It's a great game. I have to check that out. You got it from a Humble Bundle? Okay. Okay. I took a screenshot. If I don't forget to look at my pictures, I'll check it out. So if you're new to the stream, this is a dredge ship. Basically what this does is it vacuums sediments from the bottom of the river and it dumps it in another spot. So basically a big vacuum cleaner. A fishing adventure. Oh. Oh, that is a cool shot. Look at that. So again, just like before, we'll probably see this tube hanging from the side of the ship lower into the water. Yep, there it goes. It's lowering. So you can compare this to the handle of a vacuum cleaner, basically. So this thing will lower. got another ship approaching. We'll catch that one as well. I'm hesitant to wait for the MSC as well. I think we might be able to catch it before the sun sets, but I'm not sure. We can try. I have nowhere to be, so. Coming back to the Champs-Élysées, we won't see it, Kayland. It just left port, so it's going to be another 2 hours. So it will be dark, unfortunately, by the time it's here. So you'll have to come back tomorrow to see the Loretto, hopefully. Biggest in the world for capacity. I really hope we can catch Loretto, but as I said, it's a hard weekend to catch the very big ships because of the tides. Like right now we're approaching high tide, so the bigger ones are starting to move. But again, tomorrow it's high tide, low tide at like 2 or 3 p.m. So it's tough. This is the Cape Ferrol going to Rotterdam, 170 meters long, built in 2008, and she has 1,440 TEUs. Not Ferrol. I assume that's an actual cape somewhere where it's named after. She is very empty, by the way. Holy moly. If you look just in front of the superstructure, there's like these brackets to mount the containers to. I think she can go 2 layers higher, but even then she's... Wonder if she had some kind of maintenance maybe done, because that is a very empty container ship. It cannot be economically viable. It's the first house, first dress you see with a wheelhouse in the bow. I didn't notice. So are you gonna get fuller in Rotterdam? Oh yeah, for sure. The water being pushed forward by her. It's neat. So the MSC that's approaching is over there. And I know that doesn't look that far away, but I think that's still quite a bit. And the sun is pretty low now. They will add 2 containers in Rotterdam, and then she'll continue to Hamburg, where they'll add another 3 containers. It's crazy to see a container ship this empty. That's wild. Check radar again. Maybe one final shout out if you're new to the stream and you're watching on YouTube. You want to see more, don't forget to press that subscribe button so you can see when we're live again, which will be tomorrow probably, with the biggest container ship in the world. You can also smash that like button on YouTube, as they say it. And if you're watching on Twitch, of course, don't forget to follow. Five nautical miles, and she still needs to do the whole corner thingy as well. Oh wow, there's a unique flag that that's coming towards us. That ship is sailing under the Faroe Islands flag. Huh. It's a pretty unique flag we don't see often. The Hav Scandic. So, destination not available. General cargo ship 74. Built in 1993. Wow, she is an oldie. I wonder if she's going to the Faroe Islands. Maybe she had maintenance. She looks very fresh actually. So maybe she had some maintenance here in Antwerp. And now she's going back to the Faroe Islands. Just a guess. Meanwhile, the Champs-Élysées is moving forward. She's about to cross the Wolverine. Oh yeah, that's a long time ago, the Wolverine. She's had a tune-up, looks like it. Oh yeah, looking at the photos on Vessel Finder, she looks very fresh now. I think she had maintenance done in Antwerp for sure. Marine traffic has a destination as Norway. Oh, okay. Fine. It even has a Faroe Islands URL. I've never seen a Faroe Islands URL. .fo. Today I learned Faroe Islands is .fo. Also, judging by how deep she is, I would say that she's loaded actually with stuff. So she's probably delivering. Also, look at that excavator arm on her. That is a big it says loaded, laden, yeah, okay. Look at that, Komatsu. Oh, somebody standing on the side of the bridge? No, he's just throwing stuff in the river. No, we caught that. Hello, sir, are you watching the streams? She's going quite slow though. What is her speed? 6 knots, yeah. You can see that she's not going that fast. Straight to jail. Maybe he was just picking his nose and he threw a booger in the river. I can understand that. That would be acceptable. By the way, behind her, that's the Lord Lupo. I think it was B6 who was very keen on seeing it. There it is. That's the Lord Lupo. Stream regular. And another lowrider coming in as well from the coast. Cool bridge design with the diagonal windows. Looks cool. I know it has something to it, something unique. Yeah, Lord Lupo was over there. So Lord Lupo is going to Rouen in France. It's not that far. Maybe that's why we see it often. And then it's actually already pretty close. I might wait out the MSC ship. It's too close to not wait it out. Look at that. Just a little bit further. There she is. So let's have the MSC be our closer for today. By then the sun will have set. Lord of the Lupos. And a little look around as well. Got another lowrider coming towards us. Looks like the bow is almost submerged. I have the dredge going back. And then I wanted to show you guys this shot. Oh, look at that, beautiful. What a shot. But we don't have much left in terms of sunlight. You can see there she is. So she's getting lower rapidly. So we'll see if we can catch the MSC. Hey Tahola, welcome. No, I have to say it in German then if you watch Hamburg Hafen live. I have to say, Guten Tag, willkommen, herzliche willkommen. There we go. I have a lot of German viewers, especially on YouTube. There's a lot of German viewers, so I need to get better with German. But we will keep streaming in English just to have a broader audience. But thank you for the kind words. Dankeschön. So yeah, I'll try to capture the MSC in front of us, and then I'll wrap things up for today. I still have like a 10-minute walk back to the car from this spot. I don't want to do it in the dark. Guten Abend. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Good evening. I'm just looking what... let's do the low rider for a minute here. Is it the Sissy? What a name. Adele, guten Abend und hallo, willkommen. So yeah, the Sissy is very low in the water. You almost cannot see the name of it. Sissy is on the way to also destination not available. But she came from Hemiksem, that's not correct, that's up the river. Oh, sorry, I was reading the statistics. Hey EG. Luckily there's always YouTube if Twitch bugs out. So let's see what is on the back of this ship. We always check it out. We already saw a hot tub last week or 2 weeks ago. Last week we saw a slide. Today we haven't seen anything that special on the back of the ships. Also this one doesn't seem to have anything crazy. Sissy looks like it's about to sink soon. I'm sure it's perfectly floating. The buoyancy is good. Oh, I just realized I still have my sunglasses on. Maybe it's time to put my regular glasses back on. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, it's crazy if you look how deep this is. So the bollards are completely submerged. But that's it. It's only like half a meter away from getting water into the cargo hold. Is it like half a meter-ish? Oh, they have is that a spare propeller blade? Like a propeller? I think it is. Well, it's not an inflatable hot tub, but it's something. All right, there's the MSC. Hopefully most likely our final ship for today. Unless the sun sets earlier. Actually, by the time the MSC ship is here, if the Champs-Élysées is heavily loaded, we should see her in the distance, because she's gonna come from behind the power plant over there. On the left of those cooling towers, she should appear over there in a little bit. Also, if I come back here tomorrow, I'm gonna bring a camping chair. Standing up for 4 hours, not moving. I can feel it in my back. Old man problems. What do they do with the sand? That's actually funny. They just dump it a little bit further up the river sometimes. Oh, most of the times actually, St. Gregory. So the dredge that you just saw, turn around, is just going around the corner here. And there it dumps again the sand, and then it comes back. A few weeks ago we had the dredge, the less that was in our other spot. It was there for weeks, dredging out the canal towards Ghent. And it was just dredging out the entrance of the canal and just going out into the shipping lane of the river and dumping it there. So I guess it has to do with biodiversity as well. Because if they would move it further out, then yeah, certain wildlife could get affected, or biosystems. I think another reason is probably cost, because I think it's very expensive to just suck up some sand and then go all the way out at sea to dump it. Could a person buy? Yeah, that also happens. Sand is being dredged. Because actually, funny enough, where we are right now at Westerschelde, there is a big cement factory. So they make like concrete actually. They make like all kinds of like sewage piping and all other concrete type things. And they get their sand delivered, I think, through the river here, through the little port. I'm not sure about that, but I assume so, because there's facilities there for it. So yeah, the sand definitely gets used sometimes, but the dredges that I've seen on the river here, at least, they always just dump it a bit further out. Oh, we got even more ships coming from... Wow, that's a long ship. What is that? What are you? It's a crude oil tanker. Oh no, we're gonna be here for forever. Damn it. There's a crude oil tanker over there. So that one carries crude oil, as the name says it. And it's fully loaded. Look how deep it is. These things are actually quite big, but you can never really see when they're loaded because they're just deep in the water. What this is? Can you get that one on the overlay? Let's check its draught, how deep it is in the water. It's probably gonna be like 13, 14 meters, if I have to guess. Let's see what the overlay says. Yeah, this one is definitely delivering oil. The AI is very busy. Either they left, which is also fine, or they're eating. Any good ships today? We saw quite a bit of action today, haphazard. The only downside is we wanted to catch a 400 meter ultra large one at the end, but it's just left port, so unfortunately it will be too late. It will be dark by the time it gets here. Oh, you went for a few. I'm sorry, Toast, I missed it. So I was now running back from the toilet trying to... This is the Sudi S. It is on their way from Great Yarmouth to the UK. It's 14 meters wide. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. It's not the correct one. No. We're looking at, hang on, we're looking towards the coastline, Toast. So it's in the corner on the left of me on the map. I can give you the name if you need. There's the STI Solace. I have the stats here. Yeah, so currently the ship is 14.7 meters in the water. So there's another 14 meters of her below the water line that we cannot see. And she's quite big. She's 250 meters long. I already thought like, wow, that's a long ship. How wide is she? 44 meters wide, yeah, that's also pretty wide. Okay, we'll see if we can catch her as well then, I guess. Yeah, towards Hansweer. I should have said that. Sorry. All right. Meanwhile, just for signs, let's see. Not yet. I don't see it anyway. Just trying to see if I can see the Champs-Élysées already. I think it's... Oh! Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Anyway, we'll come back to that one. We're definitely losing sunlight fast, so now we don't have much time anymore. I don't think my phone needs charging anymore, it's full. So I can already clean up a cable. Saves me a bit of work. So the MSC Singapore is the one we're looking at. It's on the way to Rotterdam, probably to pick up more stuff. 260 meters long, this one, 32 meters wide. Currently 12 meters in the water as well, so all the big, deep ships are coming out because it's high tide. Built in 2002. It's pretty old for a... What is that? 2002, so that's 23 this year. Some more ships alongside her as well. Pum, 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 pum. Yeah, maybe the Lord Lupo. Forgot about that one. Ooh, it has some cool window structure underneath the bridge, actually. Holy moly! You're coming from a ship to ship spotting. Oh, wait, I need to wait until... Oh no, there they are. There's the raiders. Welcome, raiders. Guten Tag. El Capitano is a German one, right? There's a few inland shippers on Twitch. Guten Tag. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to ship spotting. Here you go. Big ship on the way. He is German, yeah. I know. I follow him, so I know him. Welcome, raiders. We are about to see a big container ship come by. Oh yeah, this is a ship spotting channel, by the way. So what we do here is ship spotting. We've been here for the past 3.5 hours. We've seen a lot of ships already come by. Currently there's still a container ship on the way and also a crude oil tanker coming from the other side. So if the sun holds out and it doesn't get dark, we'll be able to catch those two as a big finale for our stream today. There is also a 400-meter ship in the distance, but unfortunately it will be dark by the time it gets here. Let's see if we can already catch it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, this is gonna look a bit stuffy, but let's try it anyway, just because we can. So no, that's not a floating city, that's a container ship. That's a 400-meter ultra-large container ship that's coming towards here. But she left a bit late. And of course this is an inland ship, as you all probably know by now, since El Capitano is sailing on one of these. I gotta ask, do you guys know if he has an inflatable hot tub on the back of his ship? Because 2 weeks ago we saw an inland ship like this and it had like one of those inflatable hot tubs on the back, which is very specific for Twitch. This one just has their car. He has? No way! That is awesome. You know, he had. It got punctured. And how the whole boat was flooded. This front superstructure is interesting to me. Look at the those are windows, right? Next to the safety first and the no smoking. Looks like it's front-facing windows in like a pattern. So yeah, this is the Lord Lupo. It's on the way to Rouen in France. It's a stream regular. We spot this one quite often actually. But we're just about to get the money shot for the container ship. Nice full frontal view. There she is. And this one is going to, what was it again? Rotterdam? I forgot. Yes, the MSC Singapore is on the way to Rotterdam. The best windows for the highest ranking crew? Yeah, I would assume so. The forward-facing windows are gonna be for the officers. Absolutely. Das ist schön. Jawohl, sehr schön. Yeah, we had quite a range of interesting ships today. So this one carries 4,250 20-foot containers, or that's its max capacity at least. Not that big. She is quite old. She's from 2002, so she's 23 years old this year. Which might not sound old, but for these big ships, their usual lifespan is 20 to 30 years, I would say. So she's quite old. Meanwhile, I almost missed her. Going to the other side, we have the Kestrel. Sounds German as well. Kestrel. That one came from, I think we had it on the overlay earlier. No, we don't. We didn't have it yet. The Kestrel. She came from an anchor point, so hard to say where she came from before that. 172 meters long. Built in 2013, so 12 years old now. She came from Hamburg. Okay. 1,890 EU. Will the terrace reduce the amount of ship traffic? A little bit, but I think we won't notice it. Keep in mind that most traffic here goes towards Asia, honestly, haphazard. So I'm sure that the trade between Europe and Asia will actually pick up now. So if anything, we might maybe even get more ships coming. What a shot. Oh, look at the shadow of the Castrel on the Singapore. That's cool. Also, tomorrow we are expecting the biggest container ship in the world in terms of capacity, so I hope it doesn't come in the middle of the night. But it is supposed to come in tomorrow at some point, the MSC Loretto. Biggest ship in the world in terms of capacity, so I do hope to catch that one. There's 6 of those ships, and we've seen 4 of them so far. There's 2 more that I have to spot, and then I'll have seen the 6 biggest container ships in the world. The plane above me. I don't see it, Toast. There's no contrail right now. Look at the sun hitting her. Oh, beautiful. Let's take one more look towards Antwerp. So where is she? The one that got away. There she is. So this is the big ship that we unfortunately will miss today. She's so big that I have to already zoom out, even with the super zoom. Oh, no, no. All right, maybe one more closer for today then. As you can see, the sun is setting. We don't have much left. Oh, that's blurry as hell. Camera's like, no, I cannot focus on that. It's too intense. But there is a crude oil tanker that's coming by. Doesn't look that impressive if you see it like this, but this thing is 44 meters wide. It is currently 14.7 meters in the water, so it's really deep underwater. So she's fully loaded with oil, delivering it to Antwerp. Oh yeah, she is 250 meters long. Built in 2016, so 9 years old now. The STI Solace. I feel like we've seen that one before as well. I think we've seen her go out a while ago. Beautiful glow of the sun. Yeah, it's, although the light is getting worse now. I feel like we've ended golden hour. Stream is still nice and bright. Yeah, the camera is always a bit better than real life. I knew. When is the sunset there? In like 2 months? 10, yeah. 9 to 10 p.m. Yeah. Not sure. It's around June 21st. That's the longest day of the year, Chuck. But I do like that. So in summer we have more options to do some evening spotting while it's not as hot as in the afternoons. I have to say, the crude oil tankers do look better when they're empty, because they're much higher in the water then. It looks much more impressive. Four past 10 is the latest for sunset in June. There you go, 10. 4 past 10. We should stream that day. Catch the sunset. Late night ship spotting. Are you going to wait for the big ship? No, because it will be dark by then, Silsey. Unfortunately, it's still like an hour at least away. We saw it in the distance. I'll show you again in a minute to wrap up things, but we're not waiting. So hopefully we can catch our big boy tomorrow, MSC Loretto. 24, I think the capacity of Loretto is 24,430 something containers, on top of my head. But we've seen Loretto before. I think back in October or November we saw the Loretto, without me even realizing it was the biggest one in the world until afterwards. Because in terms of like pure sizes, all of these 400 meter ships are equal, right? 400 meters long, or yeah, 399.9 meters long and 61 meters wide. It's been pretty active, even though real huge ships. Yeah, indeed, it's been a good active day. And yet no very big ones, because yeah, it was low tide. As you can see now, it's high tide, and this is the bigger ones coming through. Like this thing is 14 meters deep underwater. I think this one could barely come through here if it's low tide. That's why they all come in now. All right. No one coming out to wave. It's unfortunate. So, let's see, where's the big one? We'll keep following the Solace. There's the HMM. There she is. That's her. So let's lock it up. Oh wait, let's do this. So that's the one that we unfortunately miss for today. Well, at least we saw it a little bit. It's just passing the Vim, probably, that we saw come in earlier. Look how small the Vim looks next to that one. All right. All that's left for me is to press a button. See if that still works. There we go. No, it still doesn't work, the button. Jesus Christ, why is it broken? Anyway, thank you all for joining me. It's been a good one. As I said, hopefully tomorrow we can catch the MSC Loretto 400 meter, big one coming in. If you haven't followed yet, don't forget to follow, or on Twitch, on YouTube, subscribe. There's a subscribe button. It's free, and you'll see when I'm I can't talk anymore. When I'm live next time. All right, thank you to the mods for helping out, everybody for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow probably. Bye-bye.